on Bike Diaries.
Assembly. So I heard a lot of different things. Yeah. 35, 37. Holy crap, this thing. Wow. Man, but it pulls. God. This is fun. Wow. Woo! Alright guys, just hit 38 miles an hour. Busy Sunday. Alright, so that's a new mile per hour. New top speed for us, 38 miles an hour, guys. I wanted to go ahead and pick back up and do a little daytime ride while we talk about some of the upgrades, as well as a little 1,200 mile, I'm sorry, yeah, 1,200 mile recap. You know, just going over the bike's performance thus far. You know, for 4.5 months, I guess 5 months now, 5 months in. As well as, you know, just talk a little bit about some of the potentials for future video content, you know, especially with the fact that we're about to get into a seasonal change, you know, in about 2 months. Although I'm hearing that in October it's going to be pretty bad in terms of you know, temperature and winter storms and all those wonderful things that we all have to start preparing for. So one thing that's going to be coming to this channel is I want to make a trip up to Squires Castle. I had another video where I had actually made that trip at nighttime, and it was just barely visible. You couldn't see anything, so the video was just kind of useless. So we're gonna have to make another trip up to Squires Castle. It's a really fun road, lots of rolling hills. And the last time I was up there, I got overtaken by a motorcycle group. They were kind of, I don't know, taken back or just being annoying. They, you know, there was a scenario where I was just riding and talking about toxicity in the bike community, and literally as I was just having that point of discussion in the recording, a group of bikers just overtakes me, and you know, they kind of did something where they were like pedaling with their feet, which as I went back and reviewed the video, I don't know if they were just, I mean, they were obviously joking, but it was like kind of weird because they were just being rude, you know, tribe-mindedness, you know, my group versus your group type of thing. But regardless, the key thing about that particular ride was there's just no salvageable footage. They couldn't see anything. So we're gonna have to now go back to that location with the upgrades, because this is a completely different bike now. Woo. Man. Now I know there are a lot of faster bikes out there, don't get me wrong. This is not a Suron, not a Teleria, you know, not even close to a a regular 600cc, 200cc bike, you know, but for what it is, which is a pedal bike that can go near 40 miles an hour, full suspension, working blinkers, 35 amp hours of battery, dual motors for climbing, 120 newton meters of torque. You know, I think for what it is, it performs. I like it. I think it's all that really matters at the end of the day. There's like a lot of tribal, kind of oppositional behavior going on in the bike community. It's really simple. If you like it, that's all that matters. Like just cruises at 34 now, which is nice. You know, that's his baseline for average speed on level 5. Since our last video, I upgraded the front brakes, so put in some new brake fluid, put on rotor spacers and a new rotor, so we're good to go. It feels better than it did when it came out the box. It's a beautiful Sunday. God. Okay, we got to go hit up some of the more scenic spots. I got to get out of this parking lot. But yeah, so the front brakes have been recalibrated. I'll try to link to the bleed kit that I got off of Amazon. Also almost put some it grips. Almost put some Shinko tires on here, and then changed my mind on that because, well, for one, the tires are 18 pounds. And I just added an extra 20 pounds to this bike. So I'm not interested in, you know, making it heavier. I like the way it performs. And these V-Motos are sticky, you know? You can lean into them. And I'm a street rider, so I think I'm gonna stick with these. But that kind of puts me into a bit of a seasonal box in terms of winter riding versus non-winter riding. So I had to really kind of think that one over. So yeah, I don't know. Ohio gets really bad winters, so I'm not going to be doing too much riding unless the roads are perfectly paved. So I'd love to hear what you guys' solutions or plans are for if you live in a seasonal state where you get really bad winters. Would love to hear what your solutions are for this upcoming winter, because it's going to be really bad. Now, I could put some scrambler tires on here. You know, I could buy some Super 73 Grizzlies. Those seem to be pretty nice tires, but what I like about these V-Motos is because they're low profile, you don't have to worry about tread wear as easily because they you know, the resistance isn't as bad. They grip really good too. With fully treaded tires or high profile tread tires, that's weird. Why is that blocked off? High profile tread tires tend to have more impact with the road, so they wear down. Let's see, maybe we can get through there. We're special. Yeah, those tires tend to wear down a little easier, and you don't have to worry about that with street slicks. So, you know, if you're a city rider, you should be good to go. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with V-Moto for a while. If I do wind up getting some other tires, like I said, I might potentially get the Grizzlies or V-Moto Huntsmans. They're expensive, but man, those are strong tires. Very high profile too. I don't think I've been over here. Let this guy turn really quick. I think that will make a world of difference. 52 volt battery. Even performance wise, you get way more power generated. So, you know, but I have to make that one custom, so I'll keep the door open on it. But for now, I'm happy with this. I gave the bike a name too. I know it's corny, but I figure since I've put this much effort into it, why not? Call it the Apocalypse bike. Mainly because it is a utility. You know, should the grid go down and stuff really get bad. They call it SHTF. You know, if we get into that area, I have at least 2 EV vehicles. So, you know, if gas all of a sudden is no longer an option, you know, I'm not losing any sleep because, like I said, I have 2 electric vehicles, this being the second. Technically 3, because I do have a foldable e-bike that I've given to my oldest son. All right, I love this spot. Let's park and do a once over. So 1,200 miles in, let's check the odometer. It's kind of hard to see there, but yeah, it's really hard to see, but yep, 1,238 miles. It's after 5 months of ownership. This is a quick overview of everything this bike has on it. So working turn signals, as you can see, full suspension. Those rear shocks can hold up to 1,000 pounds. Working brake light with working turn signal integrated. V-Moto slicks, full of flat out. Mirrors, fairing. The second 48 volt battery is in the tube chassis at the top here, so that's why the design looks like that. There's a long battery in there, slides out with this handle here. Yeah, it just comes right out with that, you know. The second controller, there's 2 controllers here. There's one controller, this large one here, which has the shunt mount on it, and then there's a smaller controller down there for the 1,200 watt in the back. 120 Newton meters combined between the back and front tires. Yeah, you know, and then that battery right there, that's a 15 amp hour with the 20 amp hour, so we got about 35 amp hours. So you can probably do about 50 miles pedal assist 5 or just full throttle, you know. And if you're going to be pedaling, probably about 60 65 miles maybe. But yeah, I just want to kind of go over that really quick as a pickup on our part 2 video. This view, God, look at this view. And this is a nice little business over here. You sit out and chill. I've never seen anybody here. I think this business is actually up for lease. So it's some industrial property that's on claims. But anyway, that's a different video. But yeah, I just want to kind of go over that really quick. So, if you are new to my channel, just some quick things to point out. This is an unscripted channel focused on ride and bike diaries. This is not a promotional channel geared at selling you products or anything like that. This is literally just me vlogging my e-bike and biking experience while the season allows, and talking about prepping, you know, just readiness for the ever-present future, and helping to, you know, promote green incentives, you know, hence the branding Green Grid. You know, I'm a big advocate for trying to cut fossil fuel emissions, helping to create an eco balance between nature and our, you know, ever-changing technologies. I'm all for that. If you want to call it a transhumanist perspective, I'll wear that, you know. But that's really the purpose of the channel is, again, just open conversations. And, you know, I'm not like gonna do some crazy flashy editing with this channel. You know, no After Effects with nice cutouts and, you know, flashy emojis in between, and none of the bells and whistles. This is not that channel. This is a channel for just regular everyday people, especially new enthusiasts who are still on the fence if they should get an e-bike or not. You know, I'm here for you. If you want to use my experience as, you know, some sort of catalyst for you making a decision on if you want to do this or not, let it be that. You know, and I would not tell anybody to just rush out and spend a couple $1,000s on a bike, especially if you know you're not going to use it. But speaking of using the bike, you know, using the bike to its fullest is, I think, a more important topic. You know, on the e-bike forums, a couple people were saying, like, you can't use an e-bike for exercise. That's pointless. That's me impersonating critical and opinionated people. But, you know, absolutely you can use an e-bike for exercise. This bike, with everything added onto it now, is well over 100 pounds. I haven't weighed it, but I know when it came in the box, it was like, I want to say 90, 95 pounds, you know, so probably like maybe 125 now, something like that. 100, who knows, you know, well over 100. But the point is the bike's heavy now. So you put that into pedal assist 1 and you do like 6, 7, you know, 14 miles. I try to average 14 miles at least 3 times a week. You're burning calories and you're getting a workout. You know, that's just going to happen. So the point being is, you could definitely use these bikes for exercise. In fact, I would argue that that was kind of their original purpose, in the modern sense, because e-bikes have been around for well over 100 years. You know, go to your local automotive museum and get educated. All right, let's go ahead and take advantage of our Class 3 status. I love the fact that climbing this bridge is no problem now. And keeping up with traffic takes anxiety away. You know, I used to worry about a lot of cars having an issue with, you know, the bike kind of going out, you know, not so fast, I guess. But yeah, it just takes away a lot of that anxiety you get in traffic when you know the bike, you know, it feels more controllable. That's what I'm trying to get at in summary, is with these new upgrades, I feel like I'm more in control of the bike. There's no lag on throttle response now. There's no lag on getting up to 30 miles an hour. You know, it feels like I'm really in control, and that's a big thing for me. I don't need to have a 90-mile-an-hour bike or anything like that. You know, I'm not racing. You know, I just want something that has dual purpose. Alright, so back to the reasoning behind the title, Apocalypse Bike. So again, if the grid were to go down, what would be your ideal vehicle? Like, I mean, think about it. Let's assume the streets will be congested with cars that don't work because, I don't know, hypothetically an EMP would have destroyed them. But the truth is like, even with EMPs, as I'm doing more research, I'm hearing that, you know, some things will still be working. Most of the things that was shut down will be tied to the grid. So, something to consider. You know, would you completely be cut out? You know, if an EMP went off in your neighborhood, would you be completely off grid? Now, this is for the fossil fuel burners. That's a big up for them. Most of them are like, yeah, I'm gonna stick with my gas car, you know? The thing is you have to have access to that fuel resource. And if the pumps are shut down, you're relying on your own reserves. Which, if you know you are in that case scenario, more power to you. That's awesome. But realistically,